Look who's here. So, you found your way to us, finally. I waited most patiently for your arrival. I'm William Dale, Chairman of the Q. Now, you arrived here either by accident or purpose. Don't tell me, surprise me. If it's by purpose, then let me begin by telling you why you're really here. You're here to meet with me. You're here because, well, you know something, like the rest of us. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. If you're like me, you felt it your entire life, that there's something wrong with this world, but you don't know quite what it is. But it's there. It goes against your reason and common sense, driving you to distraction, confusion, fear, like me, even anger. It is the feeling that somehow you just don't quite fit in. You feel forced by political correctness to conform to a ridiculous, unnatural, irrational system of beliefs. It is this feeling that has brought you here, to me, to the chairman, to the Q. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you want to know what it is that has brought you here to me? We call it organized religion. Religion is everywhere. It is all around us. Even here on this very computer, on the internet. You can see it when you look out your window, drive or walk past it. Religion is everywhere. The community churches, the mosques, the synagogues, the temples. When you turn on your television set to watch televangelists legally extorting money, you can feel it when you go to work, when they threaten you in the media with hell and damnation, which they themselves have written into their very own scriptures, praying for the return of their dark Messiah to lead them towards a genocidal, glorious slaughter of 1 billion human families. We call it, or they call it, Armageddon. And it's reserved for all those who dare to question it. As you witness corporate leaders and heads of state paying homage to this immorality, the same type of morality that once endorsed slavery, pedophilia, murder, assassinations, paying homage to something that makes no moral sense in your world. When you vote for a political candidate that suddenly turns and bows down to it. It is by far the most powerful, influential political entity on earth. Organized religion is the contrived world that has been pulled over our eyes to blind us all from the truth. And that truth, you ask? That you are being manipulated and lied to by a man-made image-making machine of enormous political and monetary power. Organized religion was created thousands of years ago to keep you, your entire generation, and the generation to follow you, along with your entire nation, obedient, subservient, malleable minds given over to their control. Ever since the day you were born, like everyone else, you were born into this bondage, into its reinforcing traditions and dogmas, born straight into the community of your parents' religion, chosen, by the way, for them, by their parents, and their parents before them. Are you beginning to see the picture? You were born, all of us, into a carefully orchestrated, ready-made generational prison that you cannot feel, fathom, or escape. A prison designed for the sole purpose of generational control. These men, the nominal heads of the world's religions, these self-appointed puppet masters, as we like to call them, these men of money, might, resources, and power behind those religious empires promote their cold-blooded prophets as pinnacles of morality, while espousing their senseless revelations, their messianic message of global Armageddon. You hear it all the time. You hear it everywhere. These men, the ultimate control freaks, they are the gatekeepers of fear, and they hold all the keys, and they guard all the doors to your escape. There's no place in their world of scripture, no place for freedom, no place for morality, and unlike individuals, they are very organized. They are the organized world collectives that have processed billions of souls into their massive psychological prisons that you, my dear comrade, do not yet belong to. But trust me, you are constantly in their sights as a potential new drone. Look around at the members of your own family. They didn't have a choice, but you still do. And that's what makes you so very, very special. Spiritually, you've always been a Q. You've always been one of us. It's only a matter of formality in becoming a founder, a secular soldier. Once you do, you will have stopped hiding. You will no longer be in their world of contrived political correctness. You will have taken your very first big step away as a gatecrasher from their generational prison. And they will begin to move heaven and earth to recapture you, reindoctrinate you, all of you. You must not ever allow this to happen, to have your freedom taken away again, because you have now earned that right. You have to fight for it, soldier. You are, that is, we are all growing in strength and in numbers, which means a showdown is coming. But what if you don't believe us? What then? How do we convince you? We don't. We don't have to. Why not let these puppet masters present the manifesto to you? The very darkness of the Old and New Testaments, you're going to have to see it for yourself sometime. We have simply made it easier for you by doing most of the research in the section on the Q's Vatican Project. As a Q, we strongly recommend you read this. The Religious Manifesto, a disease of which we, you and I, will someday be the cure. It will not fail to open your eyes to what's going on around you and how they are deliberately lying to you in the hopes that you will never actually read their manifesto. This is why congregations are held on a daily and weekly basis. People would rather be told what to do than actually read religion's manifesto for themselves because, well, that very manifesto goes against everything the free world holds sacred. Then and only then you will finally realize why they tried for centuries to keep it all from being legally translated into your language. Now they simply hope that you won't go too deeply into it. Well, it's too late, because we've completely laid it out in the section on the Q's Vatican Project, which brings us to the point, doesn't it? The choice is yours.